with it, bro. I find that so strange. Like, there's so many different like loops and cracks within history that I feel like would change a lot of people's confusion on reality in themselves, bro. Because a lot of things about life make no sense, bro. And I guess it depends on you as the person, because a lot of what we perceive ourselves to be is off a fucking superficial type of operation. It's operation because one, look, you have to associate yourself with people who look like you, right? And they probably definitely don't have the energy or the desires in life, right? But it doesn't matter because this world is telling you you have to be like this person who looks like you. So now you're associating yourself to this person solely because you look like them, but you're energetically nothing like them spiritually, right? And that right there is how gradually people lose themselves and become something they're not, and gradually try to program other people to think like that, because seeing someone in their nature that more or less embodies what they used to be, they just can't take that, you know? And it's sad, bro, because we live in a world that is structured wrong. That's why people be losing themselves. You know, they don't know what the fuck is right. Because your so-called government is perceiving itself as to be a loving entity that's meant for you, but in reality it's restricting you. It's restricting you because it's not really trying to kill you. It's trying to keep you healthy enough where it can drain you, but also healthy enough to the point you don't realize they're trying to drain you, right? But at the same time, it gets to the point where you do realize, because they can't really invest into your awareness, you know? And you gradually, like life itself, you get aware no matter what. And from there, that's when shit collapses, because they need you unaware, and then that's when, right? You know? So, people who are weak and need other people, they're always going to keep you at a limited state of being. Because if you are in this higher form or higher state, you don't need them anymore. And they need you, because if you give them their energy or you believe in their belief system, like if you believe a narcissistic person, you're feeding into their fabricated ego. And just imagine a world believes in a fake dream that you had in your head, and more or less you orchestrated systems and rules around that dream to be performed in this reality. That should feed your ego, son. You feel me? So like, yeah, gangsta. So, but with that being said, it shows you the opposite of that system is literally the divine system, meaning the people who invest into their people to the point their people are just are a reflection of their leaders as well. Meaning, if the leader was to die, and you could pick anyone from their tribe, from their group, and be an astonishing leader, that is a promising country right there. When your leaders virtually treat you like as if you're their children, you know, not as some cattle that you act like you love. Shit is sad. And this goes back to what I was talking about before. I hate when white people talk about, oh, the world's been like this, we've been killing it. No, you've been killing dramatically and weird. And one thing that they really don't put into perspective, or they don't really talk about, it's not about killing. It's the fact that you white people had introduced this theme of altering the world, meaning involving the world, involving other creatures, involving everything around us into this war. Before war was just literally us we would get hurt. You know what I mean? There'd probably be blood on the ground, probably some trees are breaking, but virtually nature would still be intact. Nature was still, you know, but now it's dramatic. So I hate when they try to associate the whole world. Indigenous people that they talk about and say how they were so loving, so connected to nature, this and that. Fuck out of here, bro. Niggas was not coming around people and just giving them diseases like that. That's some strange shit. That's some strange shit. You're so dirty that you kill people just with your existence, gang. Who does that? Where in history? Come on, bro. Don't play like that, white people. And that's the thing. You still have those inherited or innate characteristics of your ancestors. And this goes back to, I mean, I've never told, I have a lot of conversations with myself, but virtually having true inheritance, virtually. Meaning having an inheritance or given something that will always keep you above water no matter the error. You know what I mean? Like, meaning any system that you're in, you would more or less be able to figure out. Because you inherit energy. White people don't inherit energy. They inherit external systems, external advantages. If those advantages was not in front of them, their innate energy would not be able to direct them in any other system that is not orchestrated for them. Because one, they never do the work, have never done the work on themselves, meaning realizing and calculating why do they feel like that towards these people when these people are nice. Why, you feel me? Those are the questions you ask yourself, and with those questions it help you with understanding. We're technology, gang. And from what I see, white people are obsessed with technology. So why are you not obsessed with yourself? You're like, oh man. And that's when I say they're not really obsessed with the fact that we're black. You know, it's way more deeper, it's way more defined. They can't really explain why. And literally, because they can't really explain why. But yeah, son, this shit is crazy, bro. They try to bamboozle you in thinking that you wasn't born with the grandest energy, the grandest inheritance, being able to more or less adapt to any fucking reality. Literally, we did it. We do it all the time. That's why black people are so fucking adaptable. Because our ancestors actually worried about what how we would live in the future. So they made sure internally their energy, genetics, you know, DNA, memory, can also be transferred to the point they don't need to tell you consciously what the fuck you gotta do because it's so embedded in your DNA, so embedded in their DNA. Shit's crazy, son. But that shit can be altered if you're consciously told that nah, or not even consciously told, sorry, fuck. That's under here. If you're told things of that nature is demonic, listening to yourself is demonic, you're given all these social norms that take away from you actually listening to yourself. You know, I don't want to make religion seem bad, but trust and believe, religion was one of those things that take you away from you understanding yourself to the point where you're giving your understanding to some entity that is you, but you're so psyched out, you're listening to these machinations that telling you this entity is more or less an entity that is the same for all of us. Like we all have the same Jesus in our head. And if you so divine, actually I don't want to talk about religion, bro, but like critical thinking, and it's not a thing. They don't teach you how to be critical. Because one, they teach you how to fucking be deluded. They teach you, and oh my God, they make it seem like you only learn in school. You learn constantly, gang. Constantly. I just learned that it's better for me to flip the phone, use the back screen of my camera rather than this inverted shit. Just learn that. It's more clear, it's more vibrant. Learn that. You learn constantly. You know? Man, shit is sad, bro. Shit is sad, bro. Because you realize it was never really to just destroy us, but it destroyed everyone. It's just people had to be destroyed differently due to the abilities that they had and the awareness that they had. Virtually, it was easy to manipulate others, so you didn't really have to force it onto them physically. Certain people, you had to really force that shit onto them. Make it where they had no option to just believe themselves to be nothing but nothing. Shit is crazy, yeah. But even in the midst of that, it's hard because it's not about what's around us, it's about what's within. And that's why domestication is heavy. That's why breeding with white people is heavy, especially their state of being isn't right. Their ideology is associated to this Eurocentric view. That's why mixed kids end up being and doing the exact shit they do. It's not because their parents are mixed or their black dad had a white mom or their black mom had a white dad or a white husband, whatever. It's the fact that this world is still surrounded by this white ideology. You feel me? Now, with that being said, it doesn't matter how, unless the black dad or the white or the black mom, their ideology is so potent, so influential that the child adjusts more to the melanated Afrocentric view of life. You feel me? And that's really what it is. Most black people who do end up with white women, their ideology